Welcome to From Stuck to Scale, Growth Strategies for Small and Mid-Sized Businesses, your guide to navigating growth, transformation, and success in today's ever-changing business landscape. Each week, we'll dive into proven strategies, real-world case studies, and actionable insights designed to help small and mid-sized business owners scale smart, lead stronger, and grow faster. Let's get you unstuck and on the path to sustainable, scalable success. Now your host, Julio Gonzalez.
Welcome back to From Stuck to Scaled, Growth Strategies for Small and Mid-Sized Businesses. I'm your host, Julio Gonzalez, and every week we explore practical strategies, leadership insights, and real-world tools to help small and mid-sized businesses break through barriers and grow with confidence. Today we're speaking with Yasu Bueno, CEO of Deep Clean Experts. Originally from Maracaibo, Venezuela, Yasu is a powerhouse entrepreneur, athlete, and mother of two who turned pandemic adversity into purpose. A former synchronized swimming pro with a degree in advertising and PR, Yasu emigrated to the US in 2016 and founded Deep Clean Experts with her husband, transforming a simple cleaning gig into a sought-after luxury sanitation service. What started as a way to help friends disinfect their homes after COVID soon grew into a mission to restore health, comfort, and even sentimentality to families by saving the items they thought they had to throw away. Today, Yasu brings that same energy and passion to South Florida homes and businesses. Yasu makes regular TV appearances where she shares cleaning tips and promotes healthier living, and was recognized by FAMA News as one of the top 50 entrepreneurs for 2024. With a story of resilience, reinvention, and grit, Yasu is more than a cleaning expert. She's an inspiration. Yasu, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Julio. Thank you for inviting me today.
I am excited to have you here today. So for our listeners, Yasu and I met at a networking group that we are both in the city of Weston. It is a group that was created to help promote business for Colombians and Venezuelans and now Hispanics in general. I joined the group November of last year, and I've met some great people there. One of those is Yasu. So Yasu, I already did an intro for you, but in your own words, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are.
Well, I'm Yasu Bueno. I'm from Venezuela. I have living here in the United States, in Miami, for almost 10 years. I have two kids, 6 and 11 years old, and this is a family business. This business is with my husband, and he's the operation manager. I'm the everything else manager.
The Mujer CEO.
Yes.
And Yasu does a great job of marketing her company and running her company. I'm going to say this. She's very self-conscious about her English, but I keep putting her in difficult situations, and she does a fantastic job. So she's doing great today. Yasu, one of the things looking at your profile that I thought was interesting is that you are a professional synchronized swimmer. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, when I was extremely young, I started in that sport because all my friends did it. So I would like to, hang out with them. And I started to tell my mom, can you enroll me in this swimming team? And she said me, well, we don't have money for that. Okay, no problem. Just I'm going to learn by myself. And that's the way I started. And then the team saw me, my interest, my pushing myself to I was in the corner, see everything, and I'm trying to do it. And they give me a scholarship. I have a scholarship for start with them. Mm-hmm.
And how long did you do that?
I think for 5 years. So, and then we become swim in a swimming team, and we help every other team around that club. And I was one of the principal.
Oh, cool. That sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Um, and tell us a little bit about your story on Deep Clean Experts.
Well, this deep clean expert started in the pandemic, right before at the pandemic, and when we arrived here to United States, this company, this kind of company, was one of the my husband start work. So he learned everything about it. How clean the sofa, which product we needed, all the techniques and everything. And he worked in that company for 3 years, and he always told me that industry is very profitable and is very good to do a business in this kind of industry, because this industry we have a special niche. So we don't do general cleaning, we do a steam cleaning service: sofa, mattress, tile grout, dryer, dog, air conditioner, dog, and curtains. So it is more specific, and we need a special machine, a special instrument, a special techniques. It's not general cleaning. So he told me that I'm interested in start the business as well, but I didn't pay attention to him in that time, to be honest. And then he decided to quit his job because he doesn't feel happy in that in another job. And we buy the machine. We change our car because we have a little car and we have to switch for like a truck. And we paid advertising, magazine, Instagram ads, and start the business like in November 2019. And then boom, pandemic, and we lost all the effort because we have to stay home with my two little ones, and we have running out money. We don't have any money because we spent all our saving in that
On the equipment.
in the equipment, exactly. And then when we like I feel like a what we can do, because I don't have job, he doesn't have a job. And a friend of mine called me and told me, hey, listen, can you come to my house because we already free COVID. So I said, no, we don't know. We don't want to go over there because we have afraid to get contagious, right?
Contagious, yeah.
Contagious, yes. And she told me, if I send you my COVID test negative, you are available to come. I said, oh, yeah. Woo. That's the way we are going to start work again. So that's the short story.
No, and it's incredible to see entrepreneurs that start almost accidentally, because like you said, your business, came to a halt because of COVID, and had it not been this friend that reached out, with the COVID test, you probably wouldn't have started, thinking down that path. So when people would contact you, would you ask them, to provide a COVID test each time?
Yes, exactly. That's the way we start, and just with reference, refer us. Just
Hmm.
with refer us, and COVID test. And also, Oliver, my husband, he had to do the COVID test one per month to show everybody he's free of COVID too.
No, of course. So you mentioned referrals, and the whole theme of this episode is referrals and networking. Talk to me a little bit about the power of networking that you've seen, coming from groups like ABN, which is the Weston group that we're in.
Yeah, I think that. power is networking is extremely powerful. I believe 100% in this. I start to do conscious networking. You can say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Since 3 years ago, when I quit my job, my full-time job, and I start 100% of my time in this my company with my family company. And in that opportunity was the first thing that I thought, because in my old job I was a receptionist and I have a lot of people all the time by phone, in person, all the salespeople, all the customer, and I did networking without know. So, and I found a lot of customer that way. So I start to speak with my other friends that they have company as entrepreneurs. They are entrepreneurs, and they told me, yeah, you can go to any event or networking or pay advertising and everything. In that moment, we don't have enough money to invest in advertising, magazine, blah blah blah. So the networking part was more easy and low cost for me. And also, I prefer that persons know me and know my company, because it's not the same. You can see a magazine, oh yeah, deeply an expert, okay, good, but you don't know what is the people behind that company. And I think this is extremely important. So networking is my first thing in the morning. I do networking in my gym, when I go shopping, when I go to my kids swimming classes, all the time. Because if you if the person know you as a person, they are gonna buy you anything.
So people do business with people they know, like, and trust, and that's where these networking groups, come into play, because you meet a lot of people. All the networking groups, drive you to do one-on-ones, and I've found those to be very, very important. I know you're in a couple of networking groups. I'm in several networking groups, and they all have the same concept of going out and meeting one-on-one with the other members of the group, so that they can refer you, because again, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So talk to me a little bit about the power of one-on-ones that you've experienced through these networking groups.
Yeah, I love to one-on-ones. I'm trying to do in person, but I in other groups, so I sometimes I have to do it by Zoom or phone call. Honestly, I don't care if I'm gonna do a Zoom with you, because it's your time, it's my time, and we can do it like in a good way. And after COVID, everything changed, right? So, and also, if you live in one area and I live like an hour away of distance, it's gonna be harder for us to meet each other. So I prefer not waste my time and do it by Zoom. Another thing, when people do one-on-one, I don't like it at all, and I'm gonna tell you, please don't tell me anything, because I already know what you do, like like in a soft way, but it's not proper. It's not a property way to start a relationship. So first, I would like to know, who are you? Where are you from? Do you have kids? Do you have grandkids? Are you single? Are you married? Do you want? What is your favorite sport? What is your favorite? I don't know. What do you do for fun? So when I know everything, maybe we can find like a click in one thing. So if you are gonna do a one-on-one with somebody, know that person first. Know his or his or her interest. Or maybe what she feel today. Today I feel like a desperate, I told you, because I just came to my 5 day on the beach. So I have to start focus again. So and some people sometimes doesn't feel like in a mood to start a conversation or tell you everything about me. But we can do like we can make a balance. So tell me, what do you do? Tell me who you are, and how can I do for you? And that's it.
Yeah, I go to a lot of networking events and happy hours and things like that, and I do notice that people have no idea how to have a conversation. All of a sudden it's pure commercial. This is my name, this is my title, this is what I do. And almost, can I sell you this? There's a concept using the word Ford. So you can talk about family, occupation, recreation, what you do for fun, and then dreams. And the dreams don't have to be, oh, I want to be an astronaut, but I want to go on vacation next week to Disney, whatever the case may be. But using those four aspects, you can have an endless conversation with someone. And that is how you get to know someone, knowing more about that individual. And it's not to say, I'm not going to tell you, my name's Julio Gonzalez. I'm the owner of VCTO Business Consulting, but I don't have to, drive everything that we do. Now you know who I am, you know who I represent, let's continue. And eventually you're going to come back around and maybe ask me, what does VCTO do? And then we have, that conversation. But too many people in these networking events, they're thinking I have to, just blurt it out quickly because I have 2 seconds with you. Well, if you only have 2 seconds, you're not going to refer anybody. You're not going to have any kind of relationship with that person. You have to have a more extensive conversation, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Yes, and sometimes, do you have insurance? Do you have the other one, the when you are dead, the
Yeah.
funeral? Did you have any? Do you have? Wait a minute. Can you give me? Can you invite me a drink at least? I don't know. Just wait. That's it, personal information. Who are you? What do you do for have fun? Do you have kids? Maybe our kid go to the same school. I don't know. So that for me, that's important.
Yeah, you have to establish, that personal connection, because if not, it's just not going to be a fruitful connection. And I did an article a couple of weeks ago at this point about these networking groups that only allow one person per industry.
Yes.
And I get it. If you have, a real estate agent, a cleaner, a real, whatever else, you're going to generally, give those people the referrals because you're in that group. But, there's always somebody else out there that's doing one of those roles. And if I don't know you, even though we're in the same group together, I'm not going to give you the business. It's as simple as that.
Me
You
neither.
know, and getting to that level, and there's this one young lady. I won't even share the industry, but there's this one young lady in one of my networking groups. She and I have not exchanged one word, not one. So it's like, yeah, there's nothing there to draw us together to say, we're going to refer business to one another. And obviously part of that's my problem because, she hasn't said anything to me. I haven't said anything to her either. But we are in a bit of a competitive industry. So it just, I know that she doesn't, and I just haven't pursued it. And, the lack of interest on her side, brings it to me as, is it somebody that I would really, refer to business, even if, even if I were to refer that out, would it be to her when there's other people that I know? So yeah, those connections, are truly important. And I think there's plenty of opportunity in these networking groups to allow multiples like we have at ABN, and you see the collaboration. You see, we've seen it many times, with the immigration attorneys where they're referring business to one another. I refer business all the time to Antonio. You see that across all the people there, people in the same industry referring business to one another because, I don't necessarily cover those specific areas that somebody else does. So there's plenty of room, to allow people in. If it's 100% overlap, I get it. But I think that there's plenty of opportunity there to allow more people in, and it would make these referral groups a lot more powerful.
And I think it doesn't matter if we have in the same room two realtors or two sofa cleaning company, because it's not you. People have connection with different person. So if you and me we don't have anything in common,
Yeah.
like an empathy, yes,
Mhm.
I'm gonna hire somebody else. That's it. Maybe it's not in this group. Maybe it's in another group. Maybe it's a parent in my kid's school. I don't know, because it's not mandatory. You have to refer someone just because that person is with you in the group. And it's not about if you refer me, I'm gonna refer you. No, it's not about that. It's about the connection. You have to be a person first. We are person first. I'm a person, and I'm a mom. I'm a daughter, and then I'm a CEO, and I'm a woman too.
No, and I tell people all the time because some people say, "Oh, I don't have enough people to refer," or things like that. Referrals, if you're open, mentally, if you have deep conversations with people, referrals will just happen. Because I may be having a conversation with you, and you say something maybe that's not directly related to needing something, and I'll say, have you ever thought of this, that, or the other thing? Oh no, I didn't really think about it. Well, I have somebody that you can talk to if you want to look into that. That's a referral. But too many people are so focused on themselves, on that specific conversation, that they're not thinking more broadly. I tell people all the time, the concept of a referral partner, is you looking out for me and me looking out for you. As you hear, you're going into people's homes. You might, go into somebody's home where, the lady's another, entrepreneur, and she has a business that needs help, and she says something in passing, and you say, "Hey, my friend Julio, has a business consulting service." That is the power of, knowing those deep connections, between you and your referral partners, so that, you can feel comfortable having those referrals. What I do, so when a conversation comes up, you can keep that in mind. And too many people don't get that. They get stuck in that specific conversation, and it's me, 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 me.
Yeah.
And that's not how we grow as business owners.
Yeah. Also, I could like to help with not referral. If I don't have a referral for you, like right now, I can give you a connection.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes, I can give you a connection. So listen, a friend of mine do this. Maybe you can work together. I don't know. You can talk, and then you can figure it out what they can do together. And I think this is super important for me. I like some people when I do one-on-one, they tell me, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have anybody to refer you right now." So I said, you know what? I don't mind, because I prefer thinking about it, a connection for me. For
Mhm.
example, if you are going to a church, and the church have all carpet and all the chairs are upholstery, maybe this is a connection for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that office is a connection for me. Or maybe you have a friend have a dryer cleaning. This is a connection for me.
No, and for you, other cleaners that aren't doing the deep cleaning, that do regular, commercial cleaning, those are ideal contacts for you. I in my leads group, I tell people I'm looking for accountants, CPAs, and attorneys, not that they're going to give me the business, but they deal with my target client.
Exactly.
So those are not referrals per se, but they are people that can give me referrals because of the people that they work with. So establishing those additional connections are as important as I have a referral for you, because they can be a fantastic referral source themselves.
Exactly. 100%.
So how has networking, how has having referral partners helped Deep Clean Experts?
The networking is my like a 80% of my customers I found in the networking groups. I am in 4 networking groups, and also I do networking all the time, as I told you, in my gym, in my mom WhatsApp mom school group, and I in a like a chat WhatsApp chat, yes, like in 10.
Mm-hmm.
I never see that people. I never see it. I know I don't know them, and they send me referrals because I'm in the chat all the time, posting something or helping with somebody else, something else. For example, sometimes people, when I can buy tires for my car, you can go to Sam, you can go to Walmart in Okeechobee. So I try to help in those groups because we don't know each other, and we're still like send referrals, send information, sell helpful information. There in this group, in some time, they are people just arrive to United States and they doesn't have any guide, and they want to buy a TV. So go to Walmart. Don't buy anything like a used TV. You can buy a new one, cheap one in Walmart, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I find a lot of people to support my business in those chat in my networking group, but I go to my networking group with an intention to help, intention to know everyone, and that's it.
So how do you become a good referral partner?
I think you need to know the person first, as I told you, and ask him, for example, ask you, what is your like a short-term goal? What do you need? What exactly do you need? Also, I ask for 3 words that I'm gonna remember you. For example, that's a new thing. For example, I'm gonna give you my 3 words and you are gonna remember me.
Okay.
If you are in the middle of conversation, or you are in, I don't know, in the shopping mall, and you hear allergies, dogs or cats, and kids, that's a good referral for me. You are gonna think in me immediately, because those 3 words, I can help person with those 3 words. So when I know new people in this networking group, my last question is that one. Give me 2 or 3 words that I'm gonna, when I hear that word in another person, I'm gonna think in you. Or, for example, I have a friend of mine is looking. What kind of customer are you looking for? Anybody? No, you can look anybody. You have to give me 2 industry, and I can help you. Because if you tell me anybody can, no, I'm not gonna remember anybody. I'm not gonna remember you. So when she told me, okay, well, this month I'm looking for hair salon. Oh, I have 2 right now. So, and then she told me, Yasu, thank you, because I never thinking about in that way. And that day she have we gave like a 6-7 referrals in that meeting, in an hour meeting.
Wow.
because she asked a specific thing. What do you need now? That's it. Because it's a lot, you are in your mind, a lot of people with a lot of industry, and it's hard to remember sometimes. So, yeah.
So, we talked a little bit about how your business got started and your referrals. You make appearances on TV as the deep clean expert. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, I found that opportunity in an event. See, that's important when you show up in something. Yes. Also, a customer, I have a customer and she referred me to that program. But when she referred me to that program, I already know the producer in a Kala event. And I was talking with somebody and she was a singer. And she told me, you know what? I'm working right now. I start working in a Univision, and we have this a little section, and we invite entrepreneur, and maybe you are interested in going to the TV show. Well, yeah, I can go. That's okay. And then a customer of mine, she referred us to the same show. So the producer, oh yeah, two people, same. No, yeah, you have to go over there. So I start to visit that show. It's in Univision. The name of the show is a News Cafe. And basically, I went to help the audience with tips to maintain your furniture in a good way. Maybe you can do it by yourself, or sometimes you need me. And that was an incredible experience because more than more customer, I had connection over there. And then a producer for another show saw me one time. He saw me one time in my performance, and he invited me to another show in the same channel.
Oh, that's awesome that you get that visibility. Yeah, and I think it says a lot about you and your company. That you were able to make those connections and get the attention to show up on these TV shows. One of the things that I also wanted to touch on, which is not quite networking, but definitely contributes. I know that Deep Clean Experts, has very, very good Google ratings. Talk to me about, how you are on your Google ratings and how that helps with referrals.
Google are the best. Yes, right now we have 450 5-star Google reviews. Everybody told me, how do you do to people give you a Google review? I just ask, and people let us the review. Some people take picture, videos, and I just tell, can you give me a review in Google, blah blah. Just I have a little not for text. That's it. I'm gonna read you my text. It's a simple thing and help me a lot with that Google. And not everybody give us, but we have a lot right now. So it's your 5-star means a lot for us, and your feedback help other customers to take a good decision. That's it.
That's fantastic. And a lot of people don't ask for reviews. They just think that their customers are going to think about it and go and put it. But you have to ask in order to receive. So there's a lot of power there So do a lot of your clients, say, "Hey, I saw your reviews and that's why I'm calling," or your referral partners, do they use that because you have so many reviews? How else does that help you?
In both ways, because sometimes people call me, uh, they found us in Google, and then I need an estimate. Okay, we do the estimate, they approve it, and then I'm asked, where do you find me? In Google, and you are the one have more reviews, good reviews. A lot of people choose us for that reviews, and also they help me because right now we don't have a Google ad, and Google put us in a good position without paying them for the reviews. And also I like to contribute to another companies or restaurant, or whenever I go, I left Google reviews. And I think Google see that my like my Google activity,
Absolutely, they do.
and they help us with that. And also I all the time I refresh my Google page. I upload new photos, videos, everything. Once per month, I did that.
No, and I know that I had a long conversation with someone recently around, the power of Google reviews, and I just wrote it down because it might be a good episode. Uh, but yeah, the best Google reviews are from people that have done a lot of Google reviews. So if you have somebody that's never done a Google review and leaves you a Google review, that doesn't have as much power as if I leave you a Google review, because I have, 40, 50, 60 reviews. So, there's a lot of quality in there also, and Google will absolutely place you higher based on your reviews. And the fact that you have, as many as you do, 5-star, that says a lot about, the service that Deep Clean Experts provides your customers. So, kudos to you for that. So Yasu, no one leaves the show without providing our listeners with a few tips that they can put in place today. So what can you recommend to our listeners?
Well, I'm gonna give you four tips. So the first one is live in gratitude. I start to do that like 2 years ago, and it's completely different. When you start your day, thank you for waking me up. That's powerful. For me, it's powerful, and nobody. I'm not gonna say nobody, but a lot of people doesn't do nothing about it. So you are awake, and okay, I'm awake. Yeah, it's normal. No, it's normal. Some people doesn't wake today. So living gratitude, discipline is a powerful thing for me. I'm extremely disciplined in all my life. Not my life, in all things that I do. As a mom, as a woman, as a CEO, as a daughter. Because if you don't have discipline, it doesn't matter if you have a bunch of people. Go, Yasu, go. I don't care. Nothing's gonna happen if you don't decide to do it. For example, I start to go to the gym like frequently 2 years ago, almost three. And my goal is go to the gym 5 days per week. That's my goal. Maybe I complete it sometimes, sometimes no, but I'm trying to do it and finish like I complete that goal, because it's good for my mind and for my body. That's it. If I don't want to do a la belleza latina like an like a model, but I want to feel good, and go to the gym make me feel very good, in a good mood. show interest in show interest and know the other people histories, so that way you can help them in anything, in a personal way or in a
Power of networking.
yes. And never assume, always ask. That's, for me, is a key, because a lot of people like assume everything. You have to ask, like ask a Google review, ask a testimony. The worst thing that can happen is they are going to say you no, and that's okay. But another people can do it for you. And never stop learning. That's my last one, because I think learning, you never stop learning about everything in life, personal life, professional life, in your company, never. And sometimes you can learn for any person. I learn everybody for my kids, and he have 6 years old. So never think that person can help you, or you can not learn for someone because it's a low level, or I don't know.
No, we can learn from everybody. Yasu, I'm always very impressed with you. I give you a lot of kudos. You've done an incredible job of building your company. You do an incredible job networking. I've only known you for 7 or 8 months now, but I've seen you grow a lot in these groups. And I think your English is great. So never doubt your English. Where can our listeners find you?
Thank you. Well, you can find me in my Instagram, Deep Clean Expert, also in Facebook or in Google, of course. And my website is www.deepcleanexpert.net.
Awesome. And I'll put that in the show notes so that everybody can see that. So Yasu, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And showing our listeners how strength and discipline can help any entrepreneur excel. And thanks to our listeners for tuning in to From Stuck to Scaled. Obviously, our guest, Yasu Bueno. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and will join us each week. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and suggestions for show ideas, and share the podcast with fellow business owners who could benefit from listening. Remember that networking can help you make those mutually beneficial connections, and you will watch your business grow. See you next time.
Thank you.
You've been listening to From Stuck to Scaled, growth strategies for small and mid-sized businesses, produced by Optocution LLC. For more information, tools, and resources, check out our website www.redefinepossible.co/podcast.